JBNN we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man caught on video viciously abusing woman held by police. Police have arrested a man who is seen brutally kicking a woman in a video being circulated on social media. According to a source, the suspect was held on Charles Street in downtown Kingston on Friday morning. In the 18-second video, the man is seen stomping on a woman lying on the ground. The man repeatedly yells expletives at the crying woman before making his escape. After the man flees, onlookers are heard questioning the woman about the suspect before the video ends. The incident reportedly happened in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. Woman found dead in Norwood, St. James. Police are trying to identify a woman who appears to have been fatally hit in the head with a building block. Her body was found early Friday morning near the intersection of Lavender Crescent and Dr. Horace Young Boulevard in Norwood, St. James. The time and motive for the killing have not yet been ascertained. The woman was wearing a multicolored blouse, blue pants and shoes at the time of her death. Investigations continue. Landscaper shot dead in Westmoreland. A man was gunned down by an unknown assailant in George's Plain, Westmoreland on Thursday night. The deceased has been identified as 51-year-old Marville Elliston, otherwise called Junior, a landscaper of Jane Mark in the community. The police are reporting that residents heard loud explosions, sounding like gunshots, shortly after 9 p.m. and summoned the lawmen. On arrival of the police, Elliston was seen lying on his back with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his left hand, abdomen and head. He was transported to the Savlamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. Millions stolen in break-in at High-Low supermarket. The Freeport police in St. James are probing a robbery that took place on Friday morning at the High-Low supermarket, located at the Fairview Shopping Center in Bogue, Montego Bay. Investigators at the scene said preliminary checks revealed that cash and goods amounting to several $1 million were stolen from the supermarket. Don Webby, Group Chief Executive Officer of Grace Kennedy Limited, the parent company of High-Low Food Stores, described the development as upsetting. "I just opened our new High-Low Negri last night, investing $400 million, and this, not good at all," he said. It is reported that the thieves gained access to the supermarket by cutting a hole in a wall at the rear of the building. They then entered the office area where they cut open the safe and stole a large amount of cash. They also stole goods from the store. A Western Union outlet located inside the supermarket was also robbed. Investigators say they will not be able to say the exact value of the stolen items until the operators of the businesses have completed their checks. November 8th trial date set for British visitors accused of assaulting a policewoman. A November 8th trial date has been set for two British visitors who allegedly assaulted a policewoman after their phones went missing from a beach in Portmore. Dominic Harvey and Danny Allain, both of London, England, have been charged with assault occasioning bodily harm. They appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Thursday. It is alleged that about 1 p.m. on January 14, both women were visitors to the Fort Clarence Beach in St. Catherine. Upon arrival, they parked their car with an iPod and a laptop computer inside. It was later revealed that the vehicle was broken into and the items stolen. The woman tracked the stolen items to Elshire, to the policewoman's home. After insisting that the items were there, a search warrant was secured and the house thoroughly searched. However, the items were not found. While citing their displeasure, the woman allegedly assaulted the police sergeant, causing injury to her right eye and shoulder. The search was then conducted at a phone repair shop located about 50 meters away, and the items were retrieved. A report was made and the accused were arrested and charged with assault occasioning bodily harm. They were granted station bail in the sum of $50,000 each. The women are represented by attorney at law Adrian Christie. The accused have reported the matter to the Inspectorate of Constabulary, which is conducting a probe. Car dealer accused of taking $1.2 million but not delivering vehicle. A motor vehicle dealer was dragged to court on Tuesday after he was allegedly paid over $1.2 million to deliver a vehicle to a customer but failed to honor the obligation. The accused, Sean Palmer, pleaded not guilty to fraudulent conversion when he appeared before Senior Parish Judge Lauren Cole Montague at the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. The allegations are that the complainant was introduced to Palmer in July in the hopes of purchasing a vehicle. The court was told that the complainant paid over $1.2 million to the accused for a Toyota Hiace bus but did not receive the vehicle, and all attempts to get a refund were unsuccessful. After hearing the allegations, the judge adjusted Palmer's bail conditions by making an order that all his travel documents be surrendered. A fingerprint order was also made for him. Palmer is returned to court on February 28 to facilitate the completion of the court file. Man pleads guilty to assaulting child's mother, ordered to pay $180,000. A man was ordered to pay $180,000 in restitution on Tuesday after he pleaded guilty to physically assaulting the mother of his child and destroying her cell phone. Andrea Robbins answered to the charges of unlawful wounding and malicious destruction of property when he appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. The allegations are that on October 8, the complainant was lying on her couch talking on the phone with a male friend when Robinson told her he wanted to talk to her. After she refused, he took her phone and broke it, pushed her on the ground, and hit her in the nose, causing it to bleed. The court was told that during the assault, Robbins also tried to push her over a railing. In addition to the $180,000 he was ordered to pay, Senior Parish Judge Lauren Cole Montague ordered him to compensate the woman in the sum of $50,000 for the cell phone he destroyed. Speaking about the trauma she endured, the complainant told the judge that every time I see the scars and bruises, I remember it. In response, Cole Montague said sometimes it bruises their esteem. Agreeing with the judge, the complainant told the court that Robinson is unstable and shows up to her house unannounced. She said he needs counseling. I tried to get myself together. I stopped drinking, Robinson said, but the judge said, sometimes we need help outside of ourselves. Cole Montague ultimately recommended that both parties, including their child, seek professional help. Robinson was ordered to return to court for sentencing on April 4. A fingerprint order was also made for him. A social inquiry report was also requested for the accused. 74-year-old woman gets 3 years for stealing friend's land. A senior citizen who stole her friend's property and gifted portions of it to herself and her children yesterday afternoon escaped prison time after she was given a 3-year sentence, suspended for 3 years. The 74-year-old offender, Zila Johnson, was sentenced to 3 years each, suspended for 3 years on 5 counts of forgery, 1 year each, suspended for a year on 3 counts of making a false declaration, and 18 months each on 6 counts of misleading the registrar, suspended for 18 months. The sentences are to run concurrently. Justice Leighton Pusey, in handing down the sentences in the Home Circuit Court, warned Johnson that the suspended sentence meant that if she is convicted of any other criminal offense within the next 3 years, she'll be required to serve the 3-year prison term. The judge had repeatedly warned Johnson that incarceration was highly likely following her conviction on 14 fraud-related charges last March. But Johnson, who had failed to make restitution to the complainant after she was given time to do so through her lawyer, Oswest Senior Smith, submitted a report in November, which indicated that incarceration would be detrimental to her recovery from a recent surgery. Doctors from the Department of Correctional Services also examined the senior citizen and concluded that incarceration would be unsafe for her, given her age and health situation. Consequently, Justice Pusey, in what was clearly a difficult decision for him, pointed out that after weighing his options, a suspended sentence was the best he could do. The judge who dismissed a recommendation from prosecutor Catherine Pike for Johnson to be given a short, sharp shock said he had considered imposing a hefty fine, but that Johnson may liquidate the property to make the payment, and that money will be handed over to the government. A fine, he said, would also deprive the complainant of the proceeds that they are seeking if civil action is pursued. I don't know if I have a very good answer as to exactly what ought to be done in these circumstances. I don't believe that what is done here will solve the issue, but this is what I've decided to do, the judge said before handing down the sentence. As I said, I'm not comfortable in terms of this, but this is the best I could do, he said after handing down the sentence. The facts in the case reveal that in November 1991, the complainant, a United States citizen, sent money to Johnson to purchase a parcel of land in Maypen, Clarendon. The purchase was completed in 1992 and the title was mailed to the complainant, but the complainant returned the title to Johnson for her to hand it over to the original owner. In July 1994, the complainant was made aware of an advertisement in the Star in relation to a lost title for the property. Consequently, the complainant came to Jamaica to conduct a personal investigation and later reported the matter to the police after he found out that a lost title application had been made. A new title was issued. The complainant also learned that the property was transferred by way of a gift and subdivided in 1995. The property was transferred not only to Johnson, but her 4 children and ex-husband. Her ex-husband, however, indicated that he did not give her any permission to sign his name on any document and that he was overseas on the date when it was alleged that he had signed. In the meantime, Johnson, who is also facing similar fraud charges for allegedly defrauding her husband of his property, had her bail extended for her to return to court on June 2. Chance of getting a traffic ticket now higher. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF on Thursday received a boost to its traffic ticketing system with the acquisition of more than 750 handheld electronic machines, which Commissioner of Police, Major General Anthony Anderson, said will cause 10 times greater efficiency when issuing tickets. Anderson was speaking during Thursday's handing over ceremony at the office of the Police Commissioner in St. Andrew, where he said that he expects to see an increase in the number of tickets issued to motorists. With this expected increase, the Commissioner made it clear that it is not a ploy to boost revenue, but to ensure order on the nation's streets. This whole business of electronic ticketing is the way forward for the JCF. Last year we issued 720,000 tickets. That was up from 500,000 year on year. Before today, we started testing 70 of the new devices. Those 70 devices accounted for 70,000 tickets. We now have 750. The math is quite interesting, but the message is that we have laws and rules and you need to abide by them. I expect we may see increases in the number of tickets until we see a decrease. The decrease will come about when people start abiding to the rules. An officer is probably 10 times more efficient in terms of writing a ticket with this new system. And if you are already in the system for a previous ticket, it is even faster to give you the other one. We're not in search of revenue through ticketing. We're in search of better public order and better traffic management. That is what we want. There are a significant number of devices being added to the system, and there's a lot of information at the fingertips of our officers to better keep people safe and all road users safe from harm. According to the Commissioner, there are more than 1 million registered motor vehicles in Jamaica, and with a figure like that, the need to uphold order is very high. Anyone traveling on the roads now will see that there's a lot of traffic, and the traffic doesn't stay there for 8 a.m. and then disappears. At 10 a.m. there's another traffic jam. At 3 p.m. there's another traffic jam. With over 1 million vehicles on the roads, it means that quite often they're going to try and get somewhere at the same time, and that creates a problem. Patience, obeying the lights, not blocking intersections and assisting each other to get through this will make everybody's life better. Everybody has somewhere to go, but once we all try to go before the other person, then we'll all end up with chaos and all of us spend longer on the roads. We'll be out there as a police force using these new technologies to more efficiently and effectively regulate what is going on. And so my recommendation is, do not do the things to get the tickets, he said. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.